Well, we're keeping close tabs on your grain trade today, and in case you missed it this morning, we had a big sale of corn. It was 1.36 million tons of corn sold to China. It's just a carbon copy of what we had yesterday. It was all for new crop. And then we had another sale. This time it was some soybeans that were sold to Mexico. And we can add that to the batch. It was 142,500 tons of soybeans. And how much market impact did it have? Well, nada. Let's take a look at our current prices. On the corn, currently down 14 cents on July at 6.44 1/4, and December down 14 1/4 at 5.29 even per bushel after hitting a high last night of 5.45 3/4. All kinds of pressure in the soybean trade. There just isn't much you can say about it. Everything down over 30 cents. July soybeans down 39 3/4 right now. At times it's been over 40 lower, and there it is now, 40.5 lower at 15.33 3/4. And November down 33 1/4 cents at 13.66 1/4. Well, let's look at the wheat market, and in Chicago wheat on that July contract with these quotes provided by bar chart, we're down 14 1/4 at 6.83 3/4. Just a general down day here. We have the July Kansas City wheat dropping 16 3/4 at 6.31 per bushel. Minneapolis wheat, we now have July down 13 3/4 at $7.25, just barely hanging on to that $7 threshold. I want to welcome to the show Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. And Todd, as we look at this market action today, this just has all the earmarks of a general, what they call a risk-off day in the markets. What else can you describe it?
Marlon, good morning. This is just what we would just call a sell-off everywhere. No asset class is safe at the moment, but obviously we're seeing some real pressure in the grains, and not a total shock. They have turned slightly negative over the last few days of trading. I would suspect that we will find some bottoms and look for a place to re-rally from. But overall, you're seeing selling in every department except for one, which is the dollar. So this is just pretty much a wholesale sell-off across every asset class at the moment.
Did you see the sell-off in the crude oil today? Now, of course, corn has a bit of a relationship to the crude oil market. In West Texas crude down $3.18 today, now $3.21 lower at 62.28 per barrel on the June futures. What is the deal with that anyway? Is this related to overseas developments or what?
I think it is, and we had a little bit of the fear last week with the pipeline and a couple of other things, and I think what you're seeing now is we had pumped up prices too far, and now they're profit taking and selling and pressure, and as we know, selling begets selling, and the pressure mounts because what will happen is the panic selling is starting to come in, and once that takes place, that'll probably show us the bottom of that market. But it's had a heck of a rally, from 57, and then if you go back earlier, from the 40s. So certainly a pullback is never a surprise here.
All right, all kinds of volatility today in the entire ag complex and the entire commodity complex for that matter. Todd, thanks for the comments today. Todd Bubba Horwitz at BubbaTrading.com. We'll return in just a moment. I'll get you updated on our livestock trade too right after this.